Hello and welcome back to the third video in Discovering Your Dream Life After Divorce Masterclass. I'm Renee Tate, I'm a divorce coach from Australia, and it's great to be working with you to help you start discovering and designing your dream life after divorce. So the processes that I'm sharing with you in this masterclass are the processes I use on my private coaching clients and also on the online programs that I do at reneetate.com.au. So it's really exciting to share this with you, and I hope you're enjoying it. So in the first video, I got really clear about what your dream life looks like. And this is really exciting because this is your purpose, what you're passionate about, and this is your life and your future potential for the life that you can live. It's your best life. So I hope you've written that down and now making that your new story. Okay, so we can get very stuck in our old stories and our negative stories after going through divorce. And as I said, I've been through it before, so I know how challenging it can be. Fortunately for me, I had a lot of tools and strategies and awareness as a coach and NLP practitioner. I'm also a clinical hypnotherapist and psychotherapist. So I had a lot of things that I could do to help me get through that process and take my life to a whole new level. And that's what I'm here to help you with to do as well, because after going through a divorce, it really is the end of a big part of our lives, but it's also the start of a whole new life for you. And what I would like to do is hold your hand on the journey to help you design and start living your dream life. All the things that you know in your heart are possible for you. And that's why we got clear about that in the first video. What does that look like for you? In the second video, we looked at not only having your new story, but also who do you need to be to have all the things that you want to have in your life. And by mastering that person and being that, it allows you to have the results that you truly want, rather than living from a very externally based way of living that most people live. When everything else outside of me is going perfectly, or my ex-husband or wife is, not giving me a hard time, or the kids are a bit more settled, whatever all these external things are. And there's a lot of things that are hard to control after going through a divorce or going through it. But we don't want to live our life like that, because then it's very hard to ever be happy, be fulfilled, be successful, be motivated, and be able to have all the things that we truly want in our life. So by putting the power in yourself and being self-empowered and acknowledging that you really are the creator of your own life. And sometimes knowing that can be a little bit scary, because there might be some things in your life that you're not happy about right now. But when we can take full responsibility for that and the things that are happening in our life, that actually gives us the power to change it. So that awareness is very, very powerful and important, to know that you are the creator, and by being who you need to be, and now you know what that is, you've got your 3 words, you can have the results that you really want. Obviously there's a doing part, and I'm not going to go into that in this series. This is giving you an idea of some of the things that I do in my online programs and private coaching. But you've got your 3 words now, which is really exciting. So now what we're going to look at is how do you start stepping into that and mastering and becoming that. So one of the ways to use your words is when we're going through a challenging time, and let's face it, by going through a divorce, we're really pushed outside our comfort zone. And this is where most people live, is in their comfort zone, okay? But whether you like it or not, divorce is going to push you out of that in so many ways. And that can be so scary, but it also has the potential to be so exciting. But what happens is, when we want to take our life to another level, we need to step outside our comfort zone. Okay, so have you ever noticed that you go, right, I've got some new goals, or I'm going to start eating really well, and all of a sudden everything starts feeling like it's going against you, and you go, why is everything feeling a bit hard right now? It doesn't always happen, but sometimes it does. You might decide you're going to eat really well, and all of a sudden you go to a party and there's just food everywhere and chocolates, or you go, I'm going to start really being successful financially, and all of a sudden you get fined and some bills start coming in. But what's happening is life can sometimes test us a bit and challenge us to go, okay, are you prepared to be who you need to be, and how committed are you to having the results that you really want? So these initial little challenges do disappear But it's really important that we overcome these challenges. And what they are is often what's called our boundary conditions. So these are the things that keep us in our comfort zone. So they're things like our friends and our friends' opinions, or our parents. It might be the kids giving us a bit of a hard time, or it might be all sorts of other things, our own limiting beliefs and our own fears. Whatever those things are that come up that stop you from taking life to another level, and I really encourage you to write them down and get clear on them, because now that you're wanting and you're ready to design your dream life and start living it, you may get a few things that people go, hey, you can't be doing that. How can you be having a career when you've got 2 children? Or your parents might think, no, that doesn't fit their model of reality, okay? So I'm just giving you some examples, but we're going to hit these boundary conditions. So what we need to do is, whenever a challenge comes up, this is where you step into your 3 words. So you go, right, who do I need to be? So for me, I needed to be strong, confident, and independent. They were the words I was mastering and became that. And to the point where people just go, wow, you're so strong, or you're so confident. And even my children were saying, wow, Mum, you're so independent now. And that was so exciting for me, because I wasn't any of those things. Inside my marriage, I had confidence and strength in different ways, but to do it all on my own was a whole new level that I needed to take my life to. So this is how we step into that. So whatever your words are, whenever you're getting a little bit tested or challenged, you step into that and go, right, who do I need to be right now? I need to be focused, determined, and powerful, or open, loving, and unstoppable. Whatever your words are, they are perfect for you. So that's one way that we start mastering those words. Now, the other way is through using our subconscious mind to actually program ourselves. So, as an NLP practitioner and a clinical hypnotherapist, I work with you at the subconscious level a lot during the programs. And the reason that I do that is because 90% of your results and things that are happening in your life are actually coming from what's going on at the subconscious level. And most people just aren't aware of this. So as a coach, it would be really shallow to just work at the conscious level. Okay, so if you think about this as your conscious mind, this is the part of you that's listening to me right now, that's paying attention, that's thinking about this, that, and the other. But the subconscious is the deeper part of you, which is like the iceberg analogy. This is all the part that's below the surface, but it's actually giving you the majority of results in life. So the conscious mind is where our willpower is and our action. And that's great. We can do action and willpower for a period of time. But have you ever noticed where you go, I'm doing everything I can, but for some reason I keep self-sabotaging myself, or I can't seem to find the right relationship, or I keep attracting men that I can't trust, or are cheating, or whatever those patterns are, they are at the subconscious level. So what I do with clients, and on the online programs as well, I do processes where we not only clear the emotions, we clear the big emotions like sadness, fear, anger, hurt, guilt, anxiety, depression, loneliness. So I actually go in and clear these things, regret, you name it, they're big ones. And the emotional roller coaster of a divorce can be very hard for people to understand unless you've been through it. So I go in and actually clear that to the point where you feel like you again, you feel lighter, you feel happier. My clients just glow, it's just beautiful. But the other thing I do is actually clear the beliefs and the limiting beliefs and negative beliefs that actually keep those patterns, they're our blind spots. So why is it that I can't seem to get to that level, or I get there and then I ruin it, or I find the relationship that I want, but I can't seem to keep it, and I've got all this fear coming up. So they're all the things that are at this deeper level, and that's what I work with you if you do the programs. But today what I'm going to teach you is how to program that yourself as well. So there's this thing here that's in between the conscious and subconscious, and our subconscious has got our emotions and our memories and past traumas and a lot of our personality and programs from when we're growing up. So our beliefs and things like that are at this level. Okay, but what we've got is called like the critical faculty or the critical function, and it's like the gatekeeper here between the conscious and the subconscious mind. Now what happens is if you try and put something in at a subconscious level that you don't believe, because you've got beliefs that don't actually line up with that, it will bounce off this critical faculty here. So it just won't get in. It's like the gatekeeper. So I'll give you an extreme example. Someone that's got anorexia, for example, it doesn't matter how many times people tell them that they're not fat or they don't need to be dieting or not eating, it just doesn't go in because their filters are so out of whack, and this critical faculty, the gatekeeper, won't allow that in. But what we do through hypnotherapy and NLP, we actually bypass it and we go straight in to make the changes at this level. And so this is why the processes that I do with my clients is so powerful, and it's fast and it's lasting, because it's not just based on willpower and action. We're actually reprogramming you in a positive way at the level that it matters. So the way that you can use this for yourself is through auto-suggestion or affirmations, and it's like self-hypnosis. Whatever we say to ourselves over and over and over again, it actually starts to just bypass and get through this gatekeeper, all right, and it actually goes in at that level. Okay, so it's a hard pill to swallow sometimes to think about hypnosis, but everything in life is hypnotic, and we're either being hypnotized by advertising and songs and different things outside of us, or we can actually self-hypnotize ourselves and say things to ourselves over and over again, which becomes then our new beliefs, because we're getting it in at that subconscious level through repetition. So that is one way that we can do it. When I do the processes with you, I actually do it in a session, in an instant, or on a video, and we go straight in and make the change really quickly. But for you at home, you can certainly use affirmations. Now, what affirmations are is a statement that we say over and over and over again. So, for example, if you say to yourself continuously, I'm hopeless, I'm fat, I'm useless, or I'm stupid, whatever that is, your mind actually just starts to take that on, and that becomes your identity, and that's how you see yourself. Whereas if you say positive things to yourself over and over, so I am enough, okay, or I am loved, whatever those positive things are, if you say them enough, you'll actually start to reprogram yourself at that level. So what we're going to do is use the power of language, and the two most powerful words in language is I am, okay? Now whatever follows those two words becomes our identity. So by putting your three words behind that, so whatever that is, so it might be I am strong, I am confident, I am enough. This is a big one that I work with people, and even the most successful people that I've worked with often have this I am enough one happening for them. And so it's one that is very common, and I do work around that. It's really powerful. But this, for now, let's just look at using the power of language and the power of I am to influence your subconscious mind, which starts to become your new identity. Now, affirmations can be used for this, and the more often you do it, the more you will become that, and you will just be strong, confident, independent. You will influence yourself, and it's really incredible how quickly people change. So I've got clients that then they need new words because they are that. It might be I am happy, and they're like, I'm so happy, and you can see it in them. It's just beautiful. So this is obviously, we clean up a lot of the emotions and things like that when I'm working with you in the videos. But this is a very powerful thing you can do for yourself and your own life, and it's really beautiful. So I really encourage you to use your affirmations. So what are your three I ams? Okay, reading your news story. By looking at your news story regularly, that actually influences your subconscious mind as well, and you start to take it on. And what happens is your reticular activating system, which is the way your mind works. So have you ever noticed when you're looking at a red car, for example, or buying a white car, particular type of car, all of a sudden you see them everywhere. That's your reticular activating system. Your mind is so powerful. So when you are clear about your story and what it is where you're heading, you'll actually start seeing the opportunities and things lining up, and you'll take them, and you'll be on a clear path. It's very powerful. We're so much more powerful and amazing than what we realize, and that's what I want to unlock within you, so that you can start really not only designing but start living your dream life. So I look forward to seeing you on some of the programs, and I look forward to hearing your feedback, and I thank you for your time. So please use this, keep your vision and your dream life in mind, and I look forward to seeing you on the programs.